this money. I must get this money, get this money, get this money. I'm addicted to balling. I have to get my cash. The money is calling. Got bands, got bands, got bands. I'm addicted to balling. I'm addicted to balling. I have to get my ends.
Got 100, I need bands. Now look at my dance. What is my jam? Run and get you that bands. Turning that party up. Used to have my Nautica. You know the money be calling up. Friend, I'm tryna all of ya. Talking about it ballin', watch this. Started let me too quick. Went to Oakland with a few. Took 'em all you break. Yeah. Imagine what I paid for the rollie. Still from the police. 24 carats on my Kobe. Yeah. That for the homies.
I'm addicted to balling. I have to get my cash. The money is calling. Got bands, got bands, got bands. I'm addicted to balling. I'm addicted to balling. I have to get my
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Chicago Bears. Cody Parkey now, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They'll run with Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Flush to his right. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on his first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. Dancing to his left. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, they got my oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
To throw is Prescott. Forced out to his left. Letting one go deep for the end zone. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
I'm not quite sure how he wasn't able to hold on to that one in the end zone. A great opportunity lost, but a lot of relief for the defensive guys. When they get into film next week, they're going to want to know what happened. Where was the breakdown that almost allowed a touchdown?
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
18. Stop! Lock in.
Here's Trubisky being chased out left. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got a man complete. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Chicago. Jordan Howard, 72 yards. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Cowboys. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. A first down throw for Prescott. Pass incomplete. Cooper was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete.
Hey, we're going right there. Here we go, 47.
The give is to Elliott. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Swing in the field, right. To the right.
Prescott to throw it. Buying time to his left. And his throw here is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and it's 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Eddie Jackson with a tackle.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had the incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So now from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
The ball down at the 1 as they come up after the penalty on another 2nd and goal. Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
Here's another 2nd and goal, this time from half the distance closer. They'll go with a big back. This is Olawale. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jameis Olawale, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys are in for 6. Now the try here for the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here.
Lock in, lock in.
Now Trubisky on first down, escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change things.
Blue. Lock in, lock in.
They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. They'll roll him out right. And that is incomplete. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Lock in, lock in.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Flushed out right. Looking deep for Gabriel. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky, eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
Mobility is often a good thing for a quarterback. Rarely do you think it's a bad thing. Getting outside of the pocket often breaks down defenses, but you still have to set and throw.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't lose your mechanics even though you're outside the pocket.
And there with the pressure coming, that made that extra tough.
Let's go.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Smith coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you got a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into a blitz, then it's got to happen right now.
Or lights out.
Or exactly right. Turn them out. That play's over.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Steps away to his left. And Robinson with a big catch. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Lock in, lock in.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Randy Gregory coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12.
Lock in, lock in.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, you were backed up into a 2nd and long, but instead of trying to get the yardage back in chunks, he's trying to get it all back at once. And this defense was just lying in wait, and they're there to pick this one off.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He finds Hearns left side. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Prescott now on second down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. And they'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. First down, Prescott. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Second down, Prescott. And he's going to go down again. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And they'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. A give to Elliott. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
And they'll get him down right about the 20. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Flush to his right. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. This is Howard on second down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 22. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
A first down carry by Elliott. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
A second down throw for Prescott. Drops it underneath to Elliott. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Go, get out there, get out there.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator?
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jalen Smith in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On 2nd down, Trubisky escaping the pressure right. Back now in Arlington. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Flushed out right. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Dancing to his left. Going deep this time for Miller. Oh, wide open, complete. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
Hands up. Lock in.
On first down, Trubisky eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile.
Lock in.
Trubisky will throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. Forced out to his left. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves him well short for fourth down. And the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on fourth down.
Lock in.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And an alley to run. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Good. Here we go, 46.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Well, Prescott here to throw. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Onto the field now come the Bears. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
He'll look to throw. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go.
I live with birds come in. Sounds like I see seats in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, you from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle. LED logo the tag. I go in back of the. They all from that. My diamonds, they all look at. This, that. I go to bed on bed. I got the demon on flats. I got a in the back. Haters, they talk the chat. They step on the rock, the man. I'm a K-back. 400K. I found out where you lay at. I got the lurking and they hate cats. Pockets stay fat. I got the from the block and they screaming, they know what banks at. I got the work on the avenue, they know what tanks at. I got the live in the mansion, they know what that. I got some that's up in the Jordan, they know what that. I came on top of the building, yeah, we had a plan. We came on top of the building, yeah, we never ran. Down there, thought that I had a fan. Oh, hey, any 10 o'clock, got a flight out, yeah, I'm going back out to Japan. I got 2 Billy truck and a bitch door with a land. Bruce Wayne, I'm Batman. Batman, I'm best man. I got my best man. I got my I go to hotels when I step out, yeah, your boy got a doorman. I go to nightclubs with a yeah, they call me the madman. I ain't no madman, I just go crazy, man. Ball hard, can't face, man. Choppers, rip wasteland. This what happens when you give it a taste life, then you give it a wasteland. This what happens when you give it a fake life, then the aping. I live with birds come in. Sounds like I see it in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, you from the back of the. I got a girl, Brett. She go to battle. I live with birds come in. Sounds like I see it in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, you from the back of the. I got a girl, Brett. She go to battle.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Prescott from the gun. And Beasley with it over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On the counter, Elliott. He gets away from one. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. This is Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Malcolm Smith there for the stop.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down and inside the 5-yard line.
Now Elliott. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
He'll get it up the middle, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Jameis Olawale, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
21.
Right back to him on 1st down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. So the sack of Garoppolo, and now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They needed 19, and that's precisely what they got. And by the length of a football, it's a first down. Now McKinnon. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. On the toss, it's McKinnon. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And now running right through it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Toss play to McKinnon. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brought you.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. The 49ers moving hastily. They're scurrying to the line. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. This will be caught at about the 6. So a good spin move, but not a whole lot to show after as he's taken down. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington.
Here we go. 180.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Jerick McKinnon, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. Gould able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Prescott now on second down. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Jeff Swain, the intended receiver. And now it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Prescott. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. He's going to look deep down the field. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
12.
Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. And incomplete on the deep ball. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Demarcus Lawrence in there to get him for a loss of 9. And that'll lead to fourth down. Here we go on fourth down with Garoppolo. And the pressure gets to him again. Demarcus Lawrence in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. Flush to his right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
So don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got it.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. He's got his man on the crossing route. That one goes for 24 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On first down, Garoppolo. Over the middle to Kittle. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he fires one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Prescott to throw it. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the fourth.
And on 3rd and 15, we see the dime look, 6 DBs on the field.
Playing pass all the way.
46. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Cooper's got it. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Prescott on first down. Now he's flushed out right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one goes for 24 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Tyrone Crawford in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And got his man complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
65, 65.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Over the middle to Garcon. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this.
11. 65, 65.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Dante Pettis, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Gold with the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Throwing here, Prescott drops it underneath to Elliott. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And the 49ers going to take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Gun. Here we go, 46. Here we go, 47. Gun. Here we go, 46. Switch, and 8.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott being chased out left. He may try and run for this. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a 1st down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Prescott now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.
They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Look at them, how to make it in America. Real day one, ain't a lot of us. Mom worked 2 jobs, it was hard for us. Me and sis made it out, now she proud of us. They ain't teach me how to rap in those private schools. Wasn't like my rich friends, had a lot to lose. Less money, less options, lot of rules. So when that first deal came, it was opportune. And shorty got potential, I scout that. She say she in love, but I doubt that. Maybe it's to the clout. I get love in the north, I get love in the south, yeah. Shawty claims she a feminist, and her feminine. Girl, you know that he average. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. No money, now I'm in the Benz truck with a new honey. They said I wouldn't make it, I'm like, you funny. Laughing at my haters like, you dummies. The night is young, girl, what can you do for me? 6 figures, 5 shows, big ballin'. Look, I'm very important. I took a break, had some things I had to get sorted. I might retire in my prime like I'm M. Jordan. Table dancing in Southampton. Use the glasses for banners. Be cooling out in the whip, but I done near every girl on my list. KD at the 3, Djokovic with the racket. Phelps in the pool, I'm like Speed at the Masters. Girl, you know you a bad. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. And off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now Williams. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now Mahomes throwing on second down. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally, and then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
There we go now. Blue 45.
On 1st down, Mahomes. Conley's got it over the middle. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, just keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another 1st down. A first trip to the red zone for KC. 1st and 10 at the 19. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins for a Kansas City touchdown. Sammy Watkins from 19 yards away. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Butker now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Elliott. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Prescott now on 2nd down. And Beasley with it over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
They go play action here on 1st down. He hits Beasley right side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Elliott, and the play goes goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Second down, Prescott. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chris Jones. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Prescott from the gun. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Chiefs now. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. That'd be ideal.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ace! Green 90!
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far.
Left.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
2 minutes to play here in the 1st half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go, 46.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Looking for Hearns, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. On play action, it's Mahomes. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked in the face of a guy. And can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's able to get up here to the 26. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
On a crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. First down, Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And Beasley's got it. Touchdown, Cowboys. Cole Beasley in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. Short kick. One of the up men will take it now. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing, Prescott. Flushed out right. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 15 yards through the air and a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. 4 down. 4 down. Check. 4 down. 4 down.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And this one caught by Beasley. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A Dallas first down. Prescott hooking up with Beasley.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Staying on the ground. This time it's Smith. Always got some breathing room. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now a play fake here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. The all-pro safety Eric Berry in on the stop.
I can't help it. Every time I see Eric Berry make a play, as we just saw him make a tackle there, I just want to stand up and applaud.
Because he went to Tennessee like you?
Well, that doesn't hurt one bit, but how about the comeback? I mean, he came back from beating cancer and getting back to Pro Bowl level. One of the best players in the game.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. To throw is Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Here we go, 46, 46. Here we go, 47. Here we go, 46, 46. Here we go, 47. 46.
Here's Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys are in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Oh, look at the Jew. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 6 there on first.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Back now in Arlington. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard, they trail as we start quarter number 4. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Mahomes to the former Rams, Sammy Watkins for the Kansas City first. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Mahomes now on 1st down. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. And again, it's Mahomes. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It's picked up by the Cowboys, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Allen Bailey in on the stop. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
He's going to go, and that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And now here comes Kansas City. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word.
There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 75 yards. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Butker on for the PAT. Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Butker now to kick this one away. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Prescott now on 2nd down. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fielded just inside the 20. Oh, the spin. A good return there, 17 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. look to throw. It's caught inside the 25. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
Yes, it was a touchdown, and not just a TD, but how about a long touchdown that puts them in a great position now.
And now just an extra point away from tying this thing. And instead of a moving overtime, things have changed dramatically. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now a critical extra point attempt here. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. He hits Beasley right side. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's Prescott. Looking deep in the direction of... He's got a man complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Trying to hurry to the line on the very outskirts of field goal range. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Eric Murray that time there to knock it away.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Gun.
Now Prescott. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
I guess we can call that a welcome to the NFL moment right there, and he came in with open arms and knocked it through.
Yeah, how about that? It's almost surely a game winner, right? And, you know, rookie kickers, usually the leash is kind of short, isn't it? I think they went ahead and got that extended model for him now after making that kick.
And now here comes Kansas City. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'll be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
He's back to throw. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty, and with that, the ball game is over.
What's up, gang? Let me go secure for the game right quick. Hey, what's up, gang? I got it. I think it's my fault. For real. What's up, Keep the rest. Hey, I got that chicken to go.